Welcome back to another rebuild I have for you guys here today on Madden 20. Today it's going to be another realistic rebuild, this time of the Arizona Cardinals. I have some fantastic news. I was finally able to download some files, so we do have an updated roster. I just wanted to point that out at the beginning of the video in case there are some of you out there who have not yet tried to download some files. Maybe it'll work for you since it's worked for me. But if this is the first video you're watching on my channel, and if you like watching Madden 20 rebuilds and franchise content in general, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, if you end up enjoying this video in particular, I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit that like button down below, and while you're down there, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, or check out my second channel, links to all three are in the description. So as you guys have probably been able to tell by now, I am at the preseason. The reasoning for that is you can't import a custom roster when you start a franchise at the end of the season. I don't think there's any way to do that, so I just decided to start at the beginning of the 2019 season. I'm gonna do what I've seen other content creators do, and just take somebody who's supposed to go around when the Cardinals actually pick. So let's say I get pick number 1. I'm not going to take Chase Young because he's probably not going to be there for the Cardinals when they actually select. I'll find somebody else to take, but I may even go ahead and actually force at least the wins and losses for the Cardinals so they have the correct record at the end. I don't want to like randomly make the playoffs or something. Like I don't want to get a pick after the Cardinals pick. If anything, I want it to be before, but ideally I want it to be exactly when. Let me go over the team first, and then I think I will actually force the wins. It'll actually at least make us not in the playoffs, which is, you know, a good start, I guess. But the team now on offense has Deandre Hopkins. I don't know what the Texans were doing, right? I'm not going to talk about the trade all that much because I'm sure Texans fans are tired of hearing about it, but the only thing I'm going to say, it's one of the worst trades I've ever seen. But the Cardinals were able to land one of the best receivers in the NFL. He's a 98 overall superstar X Factor. Kyler Murray is already a good quarterback. He had a good rookie season, so I could totally see Kyler Murray just going off. I'm certainly going to try to snag him in some fantasy football leagues this year. He was a pretty decent player to have in fantasy football last year as well, but now that he has DeAndre Hopkins as his #1 target, I think he's actually going to have a pretty good season. Also, I didn't bring this up, but don't mind the beanie. My hair's looking kind of weird, so I figured I'd put something on. But Kenyan Drake is going to be the running back. He did get transition tagged, so I'll probably just like franchise tag him or something like that at the end of the season, just so we get him back for 1 more year guaranteed. Unless his contract already has that implemented. Okay, so he has 1 year remaining. I think I will have to sign him at the end of the year then. Okay, I just wanted to see how that worked out. He's probably going to retire after this season, even though he is playing next year. I don't know what to do about that. I could try to change his age, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't work. Could be wrong, though. Christian Kirk is the #3. He's going to develop super well for us. Andy Isabella's down there. We have Hakeem Butler, we have Keyshawn Johnson, all good players down there, all very young too. I had a fantasy draft at one point this year and I moved Hakeem Butler to tight end and he went up to like a 77, so maybe we end up making that move at some point in the future. That'd be pretty interesting, I think. The offensive line though, DJ Humphries, Marcus Gilbert are the tackles, Justin Pugh, Mason Cole, J.R. Sweezy are the interior guys. We do have Lamont Gaylord though, who's not too bad. I wouldn't mind having him start somewhere, but I think he's just going to sit behind Justin Pugh for this first season. He'll probably replace J.R. Sweezy before he replaces Pugh, but we'll figure it out. Max Williams there is a starting tight end, and then defensively, we have Chandler Jones, who I think is a bit underrated in this game. I've said it before. I think he should be like a 93, 94 overall. He's one of the best edge rushers in football right now. He is so good. 88 finesse moves, 92 power moves. He can rush whichever way he wants to. He's a very good player. And then opposite him is Hassan Reddick, Devondre Campbell, Jordan Hicks are the middle linebackers there. Buda Baker is a beast here in simulation. We have Jaylen Thompson and Deontay Thompson at strong safety. Patrick Peterson, I think he should have superstar development. Patrick Peterson is still a good cornerback, even though he is 29 years old. Byron Murphy Jr., hopefully can develop well for us too. Robert Alford, I don't really see too much in the future of this team. Jordan Phillips, Corey Peters, Zach Allen are the defensive linemen. But the Cardinals have a pretty bright future. They have some good young players on their team. They have some good draft picks, of course, this year. I think this team can actually compete in the next couple of seasons. But I think a lot of it is going to come on the shoulders of Kyler Murray. If he can continue to develop and become one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, then this team can certainly be really good in the future. But let me actually go ahead and trade with the Texans. I'm pretty certain I still have the second-round draft pick. I do still have the second-round draft pick. So because of this, there's going to be a lot of teams that have draft picks they shouldn't. And there's going to be many teams who don't have the draft picks they should. I'm only going to worry about the team I'm rebuilding because it would take a long time to get every single draft pick exactly how it's supposed to be for every rebuild I do. So I'm just going to worry about the Cardinals here. So let's give the Texans the second rounder, and there's some kind of fourth round. I don't know if it's this year or next year that's involved. Let me look it up. I just looked up the trade details for this, and this guy's grading the trade. How do you give the Cardinals a B+ on this trade? I don't know how that's not an A+. Being completely honest, this is an incredible trade for the Cardinals. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it. It's really hard not to. And then they gave the Texans an F. I'd probably give them an F-. But the Texans ended up getting a 2020 second and a 2021 fourth. Okay, so we're going to give them this 4th round draft pick, and in return, we are getting a 2020 4th round draft pick. Okay, so I'll finalize this trade, and then I'll begin simulation. That's the closest I can get to their actual record, unless I played the game against the Lions and tied it myself. But let's just quickly check out these stats. I'm going to go through them pretty quickly. I don't even know if I'm going to look at the awards. I might, actually. I don't know, but Kyler Murray, 3,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Probably not enough to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, even though he did, you know, in real life, he got the Rookie of the Year award. Kenyan Drake, 787 yards, 3 touchdowns for him. Chase Edmonds, though, gets 7. Pretty good season for Edmonds. Deandre Hopkins, 938 yards, 7 touchdowns. Larry Fitzgerald, 6 touchdowns. Okay. Sacks allowed, DJ Humphries was technically the worst, but honestly, I expected more than 13 from him. The offensive line wasn't really all that bad in total. 126 tackles, though, for Jordan Hicks is quite a lot. 13 tackles for loss for Chandler Jones. Leads the team in sacks with 7.5. 4 picks, though, for Pat Pete, 2 for Jordan Hicks and Budda Baker, 1 for Devondre Campbell, Byron Murphy Jr., and Duke Thomas. I'll just quickly look at these awards. I'm not going to scroll down through them, but Patrick Mahomes wins MVP. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Mitchell Trubisky. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Eric Kendricks. Offensive Rookie of the Year actually still goes to Kyler Murray. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jelani Tavai. Okay, well, those aren't really going to be that accurate based on what actually happened, just because of how we had to get here. But let's go to the Super Bowl. Let's see who's in it, because I'm actually kind of curious. Actually, before I do that, let me spend my coach experience. Wow, the Super Bowl is actually the same? That's incredible that that actually happened. Okay, I'm going to force it since it is the same. I'll make sure the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. And then I'll check if anybody went up in development trait. Maybe Kyler Murray, since he did win Rookie of the Year. That'd be really cool if he could go up in development. He does have Superstar. Now, is that what he normally has, or did it go up? I think he just has Superstar development, which is fair. Okay, that's cool to have. I don't think anyone here on the offense went up in development trait. Defensively, I think the same thing over here. I don't think anybody is up in development trait. Jordan Hicks didn't go up to Superstar. I kind of thought he would, actually. But let's bring back Kenyan Drake. I'm just going to franchise tag him. Devondre Campbell, I'll have to bring back to the team because he's actually on the team for a couple more seasons. DJ Humphries I'll bring back. I think they brought back Zane Gonzalez too. I might be missing some of the lower overall guys, but Devondre Campbell, DJ Humphries, and Zane Gonzalez I'll bring back to the team. Now, I don't know if I'm actually going to sign anybody in free agency. If there's anyone I'm interested in, I might look them up to see if they are signed yet. Chris Jones is a 94 overall. Oh no. Everson Griffin actually is not signed yet. He could be a player we go after. I don't think I'm going to go after anybody here, to be honest, though. I think I'm just going to let the next season play out and then treat free agency as I normally would. Because I don't know if these players should be here or not, to be honest. So I'm just going to advance by, and we will check out free agency next year. All right, let's load into the draft. Let's see how close we got to having the number 8 overall pick. Okay, so we pick at number 4. With the 4th overall pick, though, I'm going to take someone who might be around number 8. I'm not going to take somebody who's going to be around number 4. But let's just advance straight to our pick. Right, the Eagles are pick number 3. They go with Isaiah Simmons. I would scream if the Eagles somehow are able to get Isaiah Simmons in real life. I'm trying to think about who I want to take. You know, Derek Brown could be a player we go with. I could see the Cardinals going after him. We could go with an offensive lineman. We could go with Chason, potentially. I could see them going pass rusher. He wouldn't actually be that bad of a pick. I'm thinking about that a lot. That's really intriguing to me. We could go with wide receiver as well, like Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb. I could see them both being available. Offensive line is super important for me too right now, but we do have decent tackles. I could see Jedrek Wills going number 8. He might go sooner, though. You never know. Andrew Thomas could potentially go 8 as well. I think it actually is a bit more important, though, to go offensive line. I've seen that a lot in mocks as well. I'm going to go with Jedrek Wills. There's a chance he could be there at number 8. I know a lot of people think he's going to go sooner, but there are a ton of different tackles here. Difficult to actually gauge where everyone's going to go. I'm going to take Jedrek Wills. I don't think this is super unrealistic. Welcome to the team. He's a 76 overall hidden development trait. I could totally see the Cardinals doing this in real life. Even though they have pretty decent tackles, like, it's always good to build for the future. Marcus Gilbert's getting pretty old. Jedrek Wills may even be able to slide to guard for us here. I don't know if he will this season. I might just have him play behind one of these guys. I don't know what's going to happen with him yet, but I still think that's a good draft pick. Now into the 3rd round. We have our next pick. I don't know who to go with here in the 3rd round. There's a couple different positions I'm thinking about. I could potentially try to take a defensive tackle here. Jake Fromm went to the Eagles too. Okay. I could go with Jaylen Johnson, potentially. I looked at the comments a lot and really tried to revamp this draft class. Once again, if you think anybody should move or if I should add anybody or anything like that, please let me know in the comments. I really do appreciate the feedback. I'm trying to make this draft class as good as possible. I did a lot of work just before. I spent like 40 minutes just going through adding players and changing positions. Or not changing positions, but changing overalls and stuff like that. So Jaylen Johnson could be a player we go after. He was, you know, suggested in the comments. He was already in the draft class. I just had to move him up. We could go defensive tackle as well. I don't know who to take here. Jalen Reagor is still available. I think I am going to take a cornerback. Jaylen Johnson, welcome to the team. He's a 68 overall, hidden development trait for him. He actually did already have hidden development trait in the class. I didn't even change that. I made him a little bit better though. I think he was like a 64 before, so I think a 68 is pretty fair here at least. 91 speed, 92 acceleration, 88 agility. I think it's at least fair based on when you guys told me he was going to go. I looked him up a little bit more too, and people were saying anywhere between like early second to early third, so I think a 68 is pretty fair. Maybe I move him up a little bit, have him go like mid-second or something, I don't know. But he's on the team. He's definitely going to be a starter for us. He's likely going to replace Robert Alford, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I think I might go running back here. Try to get like a power back or something. AJ Dillon is a pretty good player. It's actually a really accurate 40-yard dash time too. He ran a 4.56. I just want to look it up just to see what it was. I'm going to go with AJ Dillon. Welcome to the team. He's a 68 overall normal development trait. He's a good player, man. Really good trucking. He has good speed for being this big, 240 pounds. I like him being the power back on this team. Hopefully, you know, he can be productive. I think I'm going to trade away my other 4th round draft pick here. I could trade away with the Texans again. That's pretty funny. I want something for next year. There's a 4th and a 7th for the Redskins. The Redskins should be pretty poor next year. That's a 2021 3rd from the Eagles. Oh, I'm taking that. 100% I'm taking that. Let's go. I think I'm just going to take a linebacker here. Joe Bashi. Welcome to the team. 65 overall, normal development trait. Not that bad of a draft pick. He's just going to be a backup linebacker for us, probably the rest of the rebuild. I'm going to send him to the end of the draft now. But another thing I'd like to point out about the draft, if any of those colleges said NA, that's just a weird glitch that happens with draft classes. Whenever you like edit players, I find that it just messes up the college of other players like randomly. So my bad for that if it said anything along those lines. I just didn't feel like going through and changing it because it's probably going to be changed back inevitably later. So it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. But I think this draft went pretty well for us. I'm perfectly fine with having Jedrek Wills on the team. He's going to be a great tackle for us. But Chase Young ends up going to the Redskins. Okay, they take him in this universe for some reason, even though I can never get them to take Chase Young in rebuilds where I have an accurate draft order. Joe Burrow still ends up going to the Bengals. That's pretty cool. Isaiah Simmons then to the Eagles. That's very strange. Jeff Okudah going to the Titans. Andrew Thomas to the Jaguars. Derek Brown to the Rams. A bunch of teams here who were not this bad. The Buccaneers took Jerry Jeudy. Are you serious? Why do they always take a wide receiver? That's happened in, I think, my past 2 rebuilds. They have already the best wide receiver duo in the NFL, at least in my opinion. It's one of the best. I'm sure that's not debatable. But Jerry Jeudy, like, why? Why do you need that crazy of wide receiver talent? Tom Brady should still be on their team as well, man. He's going to have a great season. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins MVP. I'm trying to think what to do with DJ Humphries, and it turns out he's actually a better guard than he is a tackle. So I think based on that, I'm going to move him to right guard. I'm also going to move Marcus Gilbert to left tackle. And then I think this is going to be the team heading into this next season. So on offense, we added Jedrek Wills. I'm excited to have him on this team. He should develop really well for us here. We still have Kyler Murray, of course, superstar development. Hopefully he can develop really well for us. Kenyan Drake didn't play too well a year ago, but at least we only have him for 1 more season. If he has a good season, I'll extend him, but if not, I probably won't be bringing him back. AJ Dillon, though, is going to be the power back on this team. Deandre Hopkins hopefully can go off this next season. We should probably look to get a new tight end in the near future. I'll try to target that in this free agency class. And then defensively, we have Chandler Jones still. Like, he can hopefully have another good season for us here. We could definitely use some defensive lineman help, though, interiorly, at least. I'm going to try to, you know, target that in free agency and whatnot. Jaylen Johnson is going to be the number 3 corner on this team. Robert Alford, I kind of want to cut, but since he's on the team, I'm guessing he didn't get released in real life or anything like that. Maybe we can release him next year or something. I don't know. But Budda Baker's still on the team as well. He should have a good season for us here. Hopefully he can go up in development. I've seen that happen a bunch for him. But I'm going to change the playbooks and make sure all the specialist positions are correct, and I'll see you at the midseason. We just got annihilated by the Seahawks there in Week 8. What's the record? 2-5. So the team's not that good. Okay, hopefully this changes at some point. I don't know. 5-2 for the Seahawks, 3-5 for the 49ers, 2-6 for the Rams. The only good team in this division seems like the Seahawks right now. Jedrek Wills, though, has superstar development. That's awesome to see there. 78 overall is what he's up to. And then defensively, Jaylen Johnson has star development. He's up to a 71. Looking alright, but there's a quick overlook at the team. It looks like we're going to have a pretty good draft pick again. I'm kind of hoping that happens. It's, you know, fun having good draft picks. Hopefully, though, we can turn the team around sometime soon. Patrick Peterson is an impending free agent. I wouldn't mind giving him a 1-year deal, to be honest. I want to wait for him to regress, though, because he's probably going to ask for less money at the end of the season then. Budda Baker, though, I do want to re-sign to a long-term contract. We're going to try that. Kenyan Drake, I'm going to wait on. Hassan Reddick, I think I'm also going to wait on. Doesn't look like I'm going to bring back anybody right now aside from Budda Baker. Obviously, we did not make the playoffs, but we did lose to the Dolphins in week 17. We finished 5-11. Okay, so the Seahawks going 9-7, winning the division. So we had the exact same season as we did last year, but Kyler Murray had a ton of yards, 4,336, 23 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Okay, so not that bad of a season. I want more touchdowns, though, out of him for sure. Rushing-wise, Kenyan Drake was horrible. 3.1 yards per carry, 585 yards. Yeah, we need a new running back. A.J. Dillon, 3 touchdowns only. Chase Edmonds gets 4 touchdowns. He had more touchdowns than Kenyan Drake. And he had 22 carries. Kenyan Drake had 187. What happened? Christian Kirk was really good this season. Deandre Hopkins also had a good year. Max Williams, 6 touchdowns, not all that bad. I'm guessing the offensive line didn't block well for the run game, but they were pretty good at least in pass protection. Marcus Gilbert letting up 14 sacks isn't that great, but everyone else did pretty well. I wouldn't mind letting Marcus Gilbert go at some point in the near future, because we do have another tackle. Like, we could throw DJ Humphries back to tackle, or I can even draft one. We'll figure it out. But we have 106 tackles for Jordan Hicks. We have 16 tackles for loss for Zach Allen, 13 for Chandler Jones, 15.5 sacks for Chandler Jones. He is insane. He obviously leads the team by a ton there. Interceptions, 3 for Byron Murphy and Budda Baker, 2 for Jaylen Johnson. Good rookie season for him. Jordan Hicks, Devondre Campbell, Patrick Peterson, and Robert Alford all have 1 interception. We have no touchdowns or blocked kicks, but we do have a safety for Chandler Jones. We are 15th in the NFL in offense in terms of yards. Defensively, we were 14th. Okay, so right in the middle of the NFL there. Andrew Luck is on the Patriots. Okay, I forgot that that's a thing. I'll probably have to go ahead and take him off that team. Completely forgot about that. I didn't even bother to look into free agency in this roster. I kind of just figured the dude made Andrew Luck really bad, but he did not. Okay, so I'll have to change him. I wonder if Luke Kuechly's still in the game too. He might be. Jameis Winston is on the Giants? What? Okay, I mean, interesting. They're 11-5 because of that. All right. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Russell Wilson. Tom Brady is still on the Buccaneers, 9-7 for them. Tom Brady should have won MVP this year. How do you not win MVP with all those weapons? Kyler Murray, though, at number 5. I'll take that for sure. Justin Herbert goes to the Saints. Okay, interesting looking developments here. Reuben Foster, Defensive Player of the Year. Chandler Jones at number 4, though. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Justin Herbert. We do have A.J. Dillon in there at number 7, though. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kenneth Murray. Jaylen Johnson at number 5. All right, not too bad there. Let me actually go ahead and take Andrew Luck off the Patriots. I feel kind of bad for doing this, but the Patriots have won enough already, right? Like, why do they have to win more? I'll let them play out this season since they already made the playoffs and everything. I'll just let this go, but I'll try to take them off the team for next year. I didn't mean to do that. All right, the Chargers and the Packers are in the Super Bowl. I know I have a ton of coach experience. I'm going to spend that at the start of next year. I want to see how I draft first. But the winner of the Super Bowl is going to be, I think, the Chargers. They do not win. 31-28. The Packers are going to win that. Okay, so before I forget, let me take Andrew Luck off the Patriots. Oh my, this is going to take so long to go down to 0. All right, so what I did is made him a punter. He's also number 12. Would you look at that? Okay, but I made him a punter. I'm going to bring his contract all the way down to 0 so the Patriots do not get penalized for cutting him or anything like that. He's also on a 1-year contract making, you know, $0, $10,000 in cap hit, I guess. But now that he's a punter, he should, you know, hit free agency at some point. He should no longer be on the team. But let's see if we want Patrick Peterson back. What is he down to? I wouldn't mind bringing him back to like a 1-year contract. I was right, though. I think this is cheaper than what he wanted before. Let's see if he just wants that straight up. He does not want that. Okay, maybe we can try to bring him back in free agency. Kenyan Drake I no longer want. I want to get a different running back for sure. I don't think I want anybody around here. Like, Hassan Reddick isn't too bad, but I could probably replace him at some point. We even can replace him right now. Like, we have Devon Kennard, who could pass rush for us. I think he's considered a middle linebacker in this roster, though. Yeah, Kennard's right there. He's a 71 overall. He could technically pass rush if we need him to. Maybe we can even draft a pass rusher. But let me quickly check out development trade upgrades. We actually have Christian Kirk up to superstar. That is huge. He has 2 more experience points, too. That's awesome to see. I don't think anyone on the defensive side went up. Yeah, that did not happen. Okay, but the cornerbacks are developing pretty well. We don't really need Pat Pete anymore, but I'm going to see if I can potentially bring him back in free agency. If not, though, there's a really solid-looking cornerback in the draft. So I may not even have to go after Pat Pete. Allen Robinson is the top free agent. Chris Carson is here, so is Marshawn Lattimore. Okay, there are a lot of really good players. Chris Carson's a player I want. I think he's going to be the new starting running back. I want to give him a pretty small contract, too. At least bring it down from what it was before. That's 66 total points. I would totally be fine with him on the team. Marshawn Lattimore is another player I really want, though. He'd help out this team a lot. He's expensive, but I definitely think he's worth it. And then we do need an outside linebacker who can pass rush. He is so much better than the right outside linebackers. I'm going to go after him. We have the money for this, and I think it's worth it. He has superstar development. He's still pretty young. Maybe not in terms of Madden, because he's going to start regressing in like 2 seasons. It's insane. I'll give him a little bit more than 104. I definitely think this is worth it, man. Pass rush is important, and we need somebody opposite of Chandler Jones to get some production. 105 points I'm comfortable with. Now, maybe we can just throw some like small contracts at some of these lower overall, you know, young defensive linemen, because I still could use some help. Like Poona Ford's down here. I would not mind having Poona Ford on the team. He's a good player. I wouldn't mind having him be like our nose tackle for this next season. That looks fine to me. We got Poona Ford, we got Marshawn Lattimore, we got Chris Carson, and we got Abu Cam. That is massive for us here. Let me change the positions around, and I'll see you guys in the draft. All right, so we have the second overall pick in this draft, and I know who I want with that pick. I'm not sure if he's going to be available, though. The Rams actually, there's a decent chance they're going to take him. If he does go, it's not the end of the world, but let's see who they pick at number 1. They do go with that left end. That's the guy I wanted. Bobby Bright. I was thinking about trading up, but it's all good. Maybe we can trade this pick away, though, and get some value for next year. The next player I want, though, is actually a defensive tackle, who's not supposed to go until the second, LaShawn Medlock. Let me just show you guys this cornerback, because he also looks really good, but I no longer need a cornerback on this team. I like the corners we have. I want them to continue developing. I'm going to try to trade this pick away, though. Let's see what's being offered. That's really good value from the Jets. I would not mind taking that from the Jets there. The Dolphins, same kind of thing. Apparently the Colts were really bad. I'm going to take this with the Jets, right? So they're offering the 11th pick, and since they're picking so high this year, I highly doubt that next year's pick is going to be ranked 29th, unless it's not theirs. And then I'm also getting a second-round draft pick this year. That's a good trade down for me. I think I picked number 11 then. We're going to take this defensive tackle. He should still be there. I think he's supposed to go early second is what it said. Hopefully he is still available. He's going to help out this defensive line a lot if he is still here. And he is right there. There's also a middle linebacker who looks awful. I just put him on my draft board in case he's there in like the 3rd round. Then maybe I'd take him. But the best player I think on the draft board is LaShawn Medlock, so welcome to the team. He's a 78 overall normal development, ranked number 2 in this class. Took him at number 11, has a fantastic number. He's strong, he has good block shed, he has good power moves. Sadly though, he just has normal development, but I still think that was a pretty good draft pick. That cornerback is probably the number 1 rated player in the class then, if I had to guess. But now we have the second pick in the 2nd round. Pretty good looking power halfback, but I don't need him. Who's on my draft board still though? Couple safeties who I could go with here. There's another defensive tackle who's supposed to go late 1st round. I don't even know if I want this pick then. There's no one who I really want all that much. There's this receiving back who looks pretty good, Jalen Ricard, but I don't need him. There's a wide receiver with a 7.3 combine grade. Oh, look at this guy's combine. I don't know how good he is. This is probably a waste of a pick, but I'm going to take him. He's a 69 overall, but he does have hidden development trait. Okay. I don't think that was that bad of a draft pick then. 91 speed, 90 acceleration, a really good route running ability, but terrible catching. He looks like a really fun player though. And I don't mind him being like the 3rd receiver on this team. Hopefully he can develop down there. Might have reached a little bit, but I would probably take that player again. There's a chance he has a cool development trait, so you never know. Maybe we can look to trade away this pick now. Get some more stuff for next year. A 2nd round draft pick next year. This is a 2nd from the 49ers, 2nd and a 5th next year from the Colts. The Colts were pretty bad this year. I think they had a pretty bad draft pick. I'm going to take that one then. They have a good team, though. The Colts are usually pretty good. Whatever. We're going to go to the 3rd round now and try to land one of the guys on our draft board. I didn't really like too many players in this draft class. Like, there were a few good-looking guys for sure, but the players I wanted were just all on my draft board here. And there's 2 safeties. I'm probably going to take them both. I'm not sure if I'll start either of them, but we're just going to see what they're all about. Antoine Watson, welcome to the team. 68 overall normal development trait. That's a good player to have. He's some good depth. And then with this next pick, we're going to go after that other guy. And I'll probably simulate to the end. I just realized our next draft pick is so soon. We have the 5th pick in the 3rd round as well. I don't want to trade down again. I have too many draft picks for next year. Not too many. You know what I mean. I just have a ton of draft picks for next year. But Jerron Carter, welcome to the team here. 68 overall as well. They're both going to be really good backup safeties. That guy's so slow. He'd actually make for a decent linebacker based on his speed. I didn't see how big he was, though. You know, I could have potentially traded up to the number 1 overall pick to get that defensive end, but I'm happy with LaShawn Medlock. That other guy probably has hidden development traits, so he definitely is a better player. But I don't mind picking up some more value for next year as well in the process. But let's check out the entire NFL. Who was the best player? So we had the number 2 ranked player. There is an 81 corner. Is that the dude that I just saw? It probably is, right? Nathan Morris. What a solid cornerback. Oh my. But I thought it was smarter to go with a position of need and then also pick up some capital. Let's see what his development trait is, though. If this guy has X Factor, he's like the best player I've ever seen. He is star. Okay, but he's still a really good cornerback. That's the highest overall corner I think I've ever had. An 81 overall. That is incredible. But let's check out this defensive end, Bobby Bright. What is he all about? He has hidden development trait as well. This guy's probably a monster. He's going to be paired with Aaron Donald, too. Superstar development for him. I would have loved this player. It's all right, though. Hopefully our guy can go up in development at some point. I feel like that's happened a lot more rarely lately, but maybe it'll happen with us here. Who knows? This Ricard guy was actually really good. 77 overall. Irvin Hollis, Tim Maddox, Tim Marsh, and Zach Khalil are all 76 overall players. So a pretty solid looking draft class for sure. That 81 overall guy is insane though. Robert Alford is down to a 64. He is off the team 100%. Oh no. I'm going to sign a couple of backup cornerbacks because we only have 3 starters right now. I'm sure the computer would do this for me anyway, but I just want to make sure it gets done. Let's bring Jason McCourty on the team. Why not get a veteran on the roster? We're also going to bring in Akello Witherspoon. The offense definitely got a lot better. We added an 88 overall running back, Chris Carson. He's a really solid player. I think he can play well for us this season. I also want to move up that one receiver to the number 3 option because I want him to get just at least some play time. Because if he has like superstar development or something like that, I think he would be really fun to have on the team. But the offensive line still has a little bit of work to be done to it. It's not awful, but I can definitely sign some free agents this year. I was looking to find some players in the draft. I just couldn't really do it. And then on the defensive side, we have a new pass rusher in Ebukam. I think he can be fine for us. Metlock at defensive tackle. Puna Ford moved to left end. Marshawn Lattimore is on the team now. This team is actually looking pretty scary on defense. Hopefully they can hold teams pretty well. Let's start to advance here, and I'll see you guys in the midseason. Okay, what is the team looking like here at week 9? 3-4. That is an improvement, though. 4-3 for the Seahawks, 4-4 for the 49ers, 1-5-1 for the Rams. We kind of just destroyed the Texans, though. The defense is looking nice. Only allowing 3 points. Also, that was a revenge game for Deandre Hopkins. Cool to see. But on the offense, I don't think we have anything to reveal. How close is this guy? He's up to a 73. And he's getting there. Okay, I'm kind of excited to see what he has. Defensively, then, I don't think there's anything on this side of the ball to reveal, but Medlock's up to a 79, looking like a solid player. The team is looking pretty good in general. Hopefully, though, they can have a good season this year. I'm going to go ahead and spend my coach experience. I think I'm actually going to get the quarterback upgrade. I want Kyler Murray to develop into something nasty. Hopefully he can, but who has to come back to the team? Chandler Jones headlines the list. Christian Kirk is also here. He is certainly a guy I'm bringing back right now. A lot of these guys, though, I think I can wait on just to see how badly they regress and whatnot. Like Chandler Jones, I do want back on the team, but I want to see what his overall is at the end of the season. We can also probably get him back for cheaper at that point, too. But Christian Kirk, I'm going to give a 4-year contract to. He wants a better bonus. All right, man. Come on. Okay, so we managed to make the playoffs this year, going 9-6-1. That tie actually came last week against the 49ers. We barely finished on top of the division there. The Seahawks 9-7, the 49ers 6-9-1, the Rams 2-13-1. They are struggling down there. Kyler Murray, 3,995 yards, 34 touchdowns. Amazing season for him. Only 10 picks as well. I will definitely take that again. Hopefully he can do that next year for us too. Chris Carson was much better than Kenyan Drake. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, 4.2 yards per carry. Receiving-wise, Christian Kirk was dominant again. 80 catches almost 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. Deandre Hopkins, 8 touchdowns. Aside from Marcus Gilbert, the offensive line is amazing. We definitely need a new left tackle. On the defensive side, though, we have 121 tackles for Jordan Hicks. 12 tackles for loss for Ebukam. We have 7.5 sacks for him and Chandler Jones. Interceptions, we have 3 for Jordan Hicks and Jaylen Thompson, 2 for Devondre Campbell and Byron Murphy Jr., along with Marshawn Lattimore, and then 1 from Budda Baker. We have a touchdown there for Jaylen Thompson, and then 2 blocked kicks, Vincent Taylor and Jason McCourty. Okay, so 12th in the NFL on offense, and then 20th in the NFL on defense. So the defense actually looks a bit worse than they were last year. MVP goes to Russell Wilson, but Kyler Murray there at number 2. That would have been crazy if he could have won MVP this season. Maybe that's still a development trade upgrade for him. That would be awesome. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Russell Wilson, followed by Kyler Murray once again. Defensive Player of the Year, Eric Kendricks. We have Jordan Hicks down there at number 9. Okay, Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to that running back. I think he's a running back, Jalen Ricard. Josh Kirkpatrick in there at number 3. For some reason, I feel like I said Fitzpatrick at some point in this video. Really hope I didn't. I'll be mad at myself later when I'm editing if that's what I did. Defensive Rookie of the Year, LaShawn Medlock at number 5. Alright, that's going to be it for those awards. We got close to winning a couple of them. That's always cool to see. But we do have to take on the Green Bay Packers. They are 10-6. Let's use these experience points. Nobody there starting, but still worth it to use them. I'm sure we have a lower overall. It's actually the same. We do have fewer X factors, though, so I think we're going to lose the game. Let's advance by the week, though. Can we win a playoff game this early? That would actually be really cool. And we are not able to. 38-21. It wasn't really all that close. The Browns and the Eagles are in Super Bowl 56. I think the Eagles are going to lose because the Browns are incredible in the game. 35-7. That was not close at all. What a boring Super Bowl. I would have been livid if I had to watch that live. Of course, I'm an Eagles fan. But Kirkpatrick has superstar development, and Christian Kirk is up to X Factor. Huge developments there on the offense. This wide receiver core is so cool. Kyler Murray did not go up in development, but he is an 89 overall, looking really good. On the defensive side then, I don't think anyone is up. Actually, sorry, Jaylen Thompson is up to star development. That's huge. 78 overall for him. He can actually stay at strong safety then. I'm comfortable with that. Medlock is an 80 overall too. I'm definitely still looking to add to this defensive line. Hopefully we can do that in free agency though. I would also like to get another middle linebacker. I feel like we should be able to do that in this class as well. But let's hop into free agency after checking out what I want to do with Chandler Jones. He's an 84 overall. He wants a 2-year deal. I wouldn't mind giving him this. I'm actually going to bump it up a bit because he's probably going to decline. A 2-year deal isn't all that bad. He's not interested in signing. I don't want to franchise tag him for $21 million. Poona Ford's a player I'm good giving a contract to for a pretty long while. He'll be a good defensive tackle for us for at least a good bit, or defensive end, wherever I decide to play him. But Marcus Gilbert, I'm not bringing back. Jordan Phillips, I'm not bringing back. Max Williams, again, not bringing back. So we need another pass rusher if we can't get back Chandler Jones. We need a tight end, and we need some offensive linemen. I think we should be able to do that all with $56 million pretty easily as well. J.J. Watt is here. Okay, I could totally go after J.J. Watt. I think I will. Jason Kelsey would be a good offensive lineman to go after as well. Dallas Goedert would be a good tight end. Who else is there at tight end, though? Dallas Goedert's by far the best. I wouldn't mind having him on the team. We need a new left tackle, and I really need a center. So I think Jason Kelsey is going to be a player we go after, at least for one more season. I'm comfortable having him start there. Maybe instead of Jason Kelsey, we actually go after Marquise Pouncey, because he's also not getting any contracts. And I think that would free up a bit more money too. All right, so we got J.J. Watt on the team. We got Connor Williams. We got Dallas Goedert. Did not get Chandler Jones, but we did get Pouncey. Okay, Chandler Jones not coming back actually kind of stings. I really wanted him back on this team. We need another pass rusher. Maybe I can look in the draft or something, but at least the offensive line looks a lot better now. We do still need a tackle, but there are a few good tackles in this class I think I can go after. If I'm not able to get any, I'm sure we can figure something out. Now, the defensive line looks a ton better. We have J.J. Watt. I still need another outside linebacker to pass rush, but this team is coming along quite well, I think. Okay, let's load into the 2022 NFL Draft. We do have 2 first-round draft picks this year, which is quite nice. The 21st overall pick and like the 24th overall pick or something. I'm going to advance straight to number 21, and with this pick, I'm pretty much just going to take the best offensive lineman available, and more specifically, the best left tackle or right tackle available. So there are 2 really good-looking left tackles. Early first-round talent for him, and then there's D. Shepard, also early first-round talent. Now, I think both of these guys are going to have normal, so I don't really think it matters too much who we pick. I think I'm going to go with Bloomberg. His combine is a little bit better in terms of the grade. He also has better top 3 skills there. Welcome to the team. 77 overall normal. I figured he'd have normal development, but he's a really good-looking left tackle. He's going to start day 1. Now, we have this draft pick as well, the 24th overall pick. I don't know who to take with this one. And then we could go with John Corona, very topical last name. I do have this speed rusher, Chad Sims, but I don't think he's going to be that good. Late second-round projection, he's going to be like a 67, whereas this guy is going to be in the 70s, most likely. I'm going to go with Corona. He also skipped the combine. Let's do it. And we're going to figure out the defense at some point down the line. He's a 70 overall normal development trait. Took him at number 24, ranked at number 26. He's not a bad player at all. I don't even think he's going to start, though. That other guy probably wouldn't have started either, so I don't think that's a bad draft pick. I may even be able to get this other guy, too, in the mid-second round. D. Shepard just went now. He's a 76 overall. He's a really good-looking player. Let's see if this defensive end is available. He is actually still available. I'm going to take him. Chad Sims. He's a 68 with normal. That's kind of what I figured he was going to be. Horrible power moves, but pretty good finesse moves, good speed and acceleration. I don't think that guy's going to play anywhere either. I do think, though, I am going to switch to a 4-3 defense. I think that's going to make the defense play a little bit better. Now, here in the second round, again, I think I'm just going to take somebody on the draft board. Nobody here looks that good. Joe Walker looks all right. He'd be pretty good depth. There are some linebackers I could go with. Austin Walters, early third-round talent, late third-round projection. He's probably not going to be there with my next pick. I think I am going to take Walters, just in case he has hidden development trait that maybe he can start. Welcome to the team. 67 with normal. Okay, he doesn't have hidden, but he's actually not all that bad. I'm not sure if he is going to play. This is kind of a rough draft class right now. Like, they didn't have all that many players in the positions I needed, aside from tackle. There were a lot of good tackles in this class, but I would have loved a good defensive end. Next player on my draft board here, Quintavious Knox. He's not going to be good, but I'm still going to take him. He's a 65, but he does have hidden development trait. That is enticing, but I don't think that's good enough to start. Maybe if it's like Superstar, that wouldn't be that bad, but I don't know what it is. I'm not going to check either. So it could be Star. If it is Star, I don't think he's even worth it to start. Superstar, maybe. I think he'd still benefit from playing behind a couple guys, though. Last player I have here, Hudson Quimby. What a weird last name. 63 overall, normal development trait. Okay, so I don't think we drafted too poorly there. We got a lot of normal development guys, but I'm all right with it. I just want to be sure to check out one other player in this class, and it's that other left tackle. Because if that guy ends up having hidden, he's probably the better of the 2 left tackles here. Who is the best player in the class, though? I see a 79 down there. There's actually an 80. Travis Flanagan. 80 overall hidden development trait there for the Dolphins. 97 speed, 96 acceleration. Good lord, that guy is fast. There was no chance I was going to be able to get Antonio Peterson. He has hidden development trait. He's a really good left tackle. The Colts already have a dominant offensive line. They just got even better with that. Let's check out the other left tackle, though. D. Shepard. He does have normal. I figured he would, so I'm good with the tackle we selected. All right, so once again, a good bit changed here on the offense. We have Connor Williams now. Marquise Pouncey also joins the team at center. Bloomberg, this new rookie left tackle we have. The offense looks really good. Dallas Goedert's also on the team. Forgot about him for a second, but he's a good tight end. I also just signed Cameron Brate as a backup tight end, just to have on the team. Why not, right? It's an 88 overall offense, 85 overall team, though. 83 defense, then. Let's check out the defense. I did switch to a 4-3. Now, I don't know how well this is going to play, but from my experience in Madden, 4-3 defenses play so much better than 3-4 defenses, and I hope that's what happens here. I think J.J. Watt is good enough to rush off the edge, even though he is more of an interior dude. I'm fine with him rushing off the edge, though. I think he can be perfectly fine in that position. I think he's just fast enough to get it done. He's also a 94 overall. I'm sure he can be fine. And then Ebukam also moved down. He should be good for me at right end. Medlock and Ford are the 2 defensive tackles. Our linebackers don't look the best right now. I've been trying to draft one for a while, and there's just no good linebackers who I'm able to get. So Walters slid to left. He is a 69 overall over there. Went up a little bit, so he wasn't actually that bad of a draft pick then. But Jordan Hicks has been doing pretty well. Deandre Campbell has been doing all right. I don't know if I'm going to go a season after this, but if I am, I'm definitely going to target linebacker. Cornerback's still looking cool. Safety's still looking really good, too. I also signed another player. I signed a punter. That's who it was. It's Jack Fox over here. He's only a 64 overall, but I needed a new punter. That is going to be the team, though, for this season. Hopefully, they can make the playoffs again. All right, so we are in the playoffs, and we also have a first-round bye. So this season went super well, and another thing, though, I stopped at the mid-season, did a couple things, and we were 8-0. And we won in week 17. You guys know what that means. The undefeated dream is alive. 14-2? Are you serious, man? We were so close. What were those 2 losses? I absolutely need to know. So as you can see, we won a ton of games to start the season off. Lost by 10 to the Rams and then got destroyed by the Chargers. Okay, those games weren't even that close. The Rams was far closer, but still very close to being an undefeated season. Of course, they'll take a 14-2 season, one of my best in a long while. I didn't think this team would do this well, gotta be honest, but Kyler Murray was dominant again. 4,117 yards, 39 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Awesome season for him. Chris Carson, over 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Another really good season for him. Kyler Murray, 7 more touchdowns. Christian Kirk is insane. Deandre Hopkins, same number of catches, about 100 fewer yards, but 7 receiving touchdowns. Still good for him. As for the offensive line, it looks better than it has been. Jedrek Wills, though, not the best season. Daniel Bloomberg played really well at left tackle. That's awesome. Defensively, we have 114 tackles for Jordan Hicks. We have 14 tackles for loss for Ebukam. We have 11 for J.J. Watt. But what is this season? Samson Ebukam got 18 sacks. 10.5 for J.J. Watt. I told you we can play edge fine. 5 for Medlock. 5 for Poona Ford. This defensive line is insane. I think this is more proof that, at least for me, 4-3 defenses just do so much better in simulation, man. 4 picks for Marshawn Lattimore. 2 for Jordan Hicks and Jaylen Johnson. 1 for Deandre Campbell, Budda Baker, and Alante Edmonds. I don't even know who that is, but okay. Defensive touchdowns. We don't have any. No safeties. No blocked kicks. Alright, so we were 7th in the NFL on offense. I think the fact that we're 14-2 means the defense was like first. Yeah, we were first on defense. Okay. Super stingy defense. I love seeing that. Jacoby Brissett, though, at MVP. Even though they still had Phillip Rivers at some point, Jacoby Brissett still manages to go back to the Colts. Kyler Murray, though, at number 2. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Kyler Murray. Awesome to see him up there. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Ebukam. That is awesome to see. And Jordan Hicks at number 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alex McLeod. I don't know what position he plays. Darius Keys at number 8. Raphael Gold. I know Gold is a running back. I have no idea who Keys is. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Christian Bingham. Austin Walters at number 4. He's our linebacker, I believe. Best quarterback is Josh Jackson. Okay, Kyler Murray at number 2. Best running back is Ezekiel Elliott. I'm sure Chris Carson's on this list somewhere. He's down there at number 9. Best wide receiver is Julio Jones, followed by Christian Kirk. Deandre Hopkins also in the list, though. Auden Tate and Philip Dorsett are on the Eagles. They're at number 7 and 8. Okay. Best offensive lineman is Zach Martin. But we do have Jedrek Wills and Marquise Pouncey at 7 and 8. Best defensive lineman, of course, it's Ebukam. He's going to go up to X Factor as well. Hopefully we can make it far into the playoffs here. J.J. Watt at number 9. Best linebacker is Khalil Mack. Nobody from the Cardinals. Surprised there's no Jordan Hicks here. Best defensive back is Emmanuel Mosley. Interesting to see him there. He's an 81 overall, too. Marshawn Lattimore at number 2. He may go up in development as well. Best kicker is Dan Bailey. Zane Gonzalez, though, at number 3. Awesome to see that. But this team is going to look really terrifying heading into the postseason. So I'm excited to see what they can do this year. Let me spend my coach experience, and then I'm going to advance the week and see who we have to take on. All right, the team's an 88 overall, 91 offense, 85 defense, and we have to go up against the Dallas Cowboys. If we make it to the conference championship, I hop into these games. Looks like we have the same number of X Factors at least shown there. They could have a couple more. But let's advance by here. See if we can take down the Cowboys. This would be awesome if we can go to the conference championship. And we can. 42-21. Oh my. Let's check out these weekly awards. J.J. Watt had 2 sacks. Kyler Murray had 5 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. Okay, man. This team is dominant right now. Let me upgrade the players before we hop into the game. And of course, I will actually hop into this one. I don't know how much I'll play. If the computer is controlling the game, I'm not going to bother hopping into it, but let's at least enter the game. We have an 8 overall advantage over the Falcons. Their third player there is Jake Ryan. I feel like we have to win this game. All right, boys, we're getting crushed. 27-6. We have the ball on offense. I'm going to hop in for a little while. I'm not that good at Madden, though, still, so I don't even think I can bring this one back here. I'll do my best. We're going to have B open. Please catch this. Let's go. Fitzpatrick. Keep going. I called him Fitzpatrick, didn't I? That's not his name. It's Kirkpatrick. I'm going to look for DeAndre Hopkins to the out. That looks like his superstar ability. So he should be really open there. Look at him. Look how wide open DeAndre Hopkins is getting over there. That's awesome. I know I'm quite one-dimensional right now, but I'm just trying to score as quick as possible, so I'm going to be passing the ball a lot here. Andy Isabella on a streak could be the read here. I'm going to throw it to him. Andy Isabella's going to catch that for the first down very easily. We're not going to score before the start of the 4th quarter, but hopefully we can score on this next play. I'm going to be looking for Chris Carson here across the middle. I think he should be pretty open. Depends on where that other linebacker goes. I think it's Jake Ryan. He's not going to be able to cover him. Chris Carson, walk-in touchdown. Okay, huge. Okay, Super sent a couple plays on defense, and they're just storming down the field right here. This has been like 3 plays. What is going on? Need to make some kind of big play here, though. That's going to be completed, though, to Hayden Hurst for the first down. Man, this game's tough. This Falcons offense is doing work right now. All right, come on, boys. Big play here. Buda Baker, I'm going to be on you. That's going to be a sack. Let's go. It's Ebukam. That's huge. I might just take a shot up to DeAndre Hopkins right away. Because if he can get open, this would be just a really good start to the drive. I'm going to do that. DeAndre Hopkins, do your thing, please. He's actually going to catch that. DeAndre Hopkins. Oh, my Lord. He's insane. It'd be awesome again if we can just score real quick right here. DeAndre Hopkins on another streak, potentially. Oh, he's open. DeAndre Hopkins has that touchdown. 2-play drive. That's what we need to get back into this game. No, that's going to be caught by Todd Gurley for the first down. Man, that was a cover too. I thought I should have had a linebacker over there. It actually could have been me. I probably ran out of that position looking for someone else. No, this slant is open. It's going to get picked off. Let's go. It's Buda Baker. Return it. Buda Baker. Come on. Have the stamina. If you get tackled by an offensive lineman, come on, man. Buda Baker just ran out of stamina there, but that's a massive play to have. Okay, come on, man. I can feel the comeback already. DeAndre Hopkins is in the zone. That's exactly what I want to see. I'm throwing it up to him again. Oh, DeAndre Hopkins. Do it to him. DeAndre Hopkins is making the catch. Let's hurry up, man. That's the only player I'm looking at, to be honest, man. Like, there's no reason to look at anybody else here. He's in the zone. He's getting the ball here probably again. It's going to be one-on-one. We're tossing it up to him. DeAndre Hopkins is absolutely broken. Okay, let's score. Come on, man. He's out of the zone now, but we're still in a pretty decent position. I'm actually going to run the football. We definitely have time for it. Chris Carson, do your thing. Chris Carson up the middle for a touchdown. Beautiful blocking. Okay, it's a 3-point game, boys. We can do this. This is most likely a run play again. We're going to blitz. I'm going to run commit too, because if they pick up the first down on a pass or something, I'm losing this game. Okay, there we go. We got the stop. 1 minute, 10 seconds left, and we have a timeout. They are not in field goal range. If we can score a touchdown, we can end this game. All right, so obviously we're going to try to target Deandre Hopkins as much as we can again, dude. He is so dominant. I'm going to throw it to him again. He has this route specialist for this. He's going to catch it. Deandre Hopkins. I'm going to take a timeout. I was thinking about hurrying up, but that would have taken a lot of time off the clock. We just have to target the sidelines now. 58 seconds. We just need a field goal to tie up the game. I think we can do this, though. Deandre Hopkins again. Get out of bounds. Deandre Hopkins. Did he get out of bounds? No, he didn't. I'm going to spike it. All right, boys. 39 seconds left. We totally have time for this. Deandre Hopkins is in the zone. I'm sorry to abuse this, but he's Deandre Hopkins. What do you want me to do? It's going to be one-on-one. DeAndre Hopkins. Do it to him. DeAndre's going to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Oh, my God. That X-Factor ability is so broken. It's insane. Okay, we absolutely have to target either the sidelines or get a big gain here. One of the two. I'm going to throw it up to Dallas. Got it. That's picked off. No. No chance, man. I can't believe I just did that. I had such a good comeback going, and I can't believe I just threw that away. Dude, I'm so stupid. This is such a bad interception. I gotta tell you what I thought was gonna happen. I thought, for some reason, that Dallas Goedert was running a post. I didn't think this was just a streak there. I thought he was gonna cut across the field. Right when I threw it, I thought that's when he was gonna cut across the field. So I thought he was gonna be open over here. And that didn't happen. It turned out being an interception. So unlucky, man. I'm pissed. Was anybody else open? Yeah, Christian Kirk probably could have caught this over there if I got a good enough throw off. So Christian Kirk was definitely the read there. Even Chris Carson was wide open. Chris Carson was so open across the middle. We were in field goal range. I'm so sorry that's how this video has to end. I'm so pissed at myself. That's how we lose that game. At least I was able to bring it back, but come on, man. You know, at least give me some EA cheese to end the game. I hate when it's on me. Absolutely my fault, but it's all good, man. I think the rebuild was still interesting, but we almost made the comeback. Look how close that was at the end of the game. Absolutely my fault, but let's go to the Super Bowl and see who wins it. It's the Browns and the Falcons here in Super Bowl 57. Let's advance by and let's see who's going to win the Super Bowl. Probably going to be the Browns. Again, they've already won a Super Bowl in this rebuild. And they're going to win another one. 24-12. Okay, let's check out the team, though. Kyler Murray should be up in development trait. He's not, actually, but he's a 94? That's +3 to morale. Okay, but still, he's a 94. Oh, my. Nobody on the offense there went up in development trait. Maybe defensively? Jordan Hicks is up to Superstar. Ebukam is up to X Factor. Of course, he was going to go up. Marshawn Lattimore is also up to Superstar. I'm so mad that's how this video has to end. Sorry about that one. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.